Okay.
Hey, we're back, part 2. So
guys.
what will we call this one? Probably, we've done some videos on touching on codependents and RJ. So this is about Coda and codependents. So this video will probably be titled something along the lines of why should I go to Coda to help my retroactive jealousy?
That would be good.
So so I was listening intently then to that. So what I'm hearing is basically RJ is a relation, is intrinsically related to relationships.
Yes.
And could be part of a much wider pattern of, I don't want to use the word dysfunction, but some kind of less than helpful attitude or pattern around relationships that needs some attention.
Yeah. Absolutely, I would say that.
So it's broader than this is the thing, because we look at RJ as an OCD thing, but that doesn't give us the whole picture, because OCD can be about not treading on the cracks of the pavement. So if you've got OCD about this, there's something wrong. There's a reason why. There are things underlying this. And obviously, relationships is a good place to look, isn't it? So, and we've talked a bit about attachment as well in the past. So this is all to do. And what I'm thinking, we talked about this before. Is obviously we're both therapists, and we work with a range of different things, not just with RJ. It would appear, and obviously, the field is so young, we haven't got any evidence, but it would appear that people with retroactive jealousy are much less likely to engage in therapy, and if they do engage in therapy, they're much less likely to stay in therapy, which would kind of back up your hypothesis that there's something about a difficulty with connecting and with connections and seeing other people.
Yes.
Am I kind of interpreting what you said correctly?
I think that's absolutely right, Markie. I mean, and I've seen this in my work with you and in the company, with people who, I mean, this is not universal, but quite often you will start the process, and I mean, it's gone both ways. I have had cases where people have struggled, as everyone's struggled with therapy. Therapy's not easy, right? So, I think maybe that's also something that needs to be emphasized more, that this isn't easy. It's not easy for anybody. It's not therapy. It's not that people struggling with RJ find it particularly hard. I think everybody finds it hard, and there's always a point. There's always ambivalence. I think the ambivalence in psychotherapy is it's almost like you could argue it's not even psychotherapy if you're not ambivalent for a while. So, and that can endure for a long time. I think what's tricky is, and what I've sometimes seen with people struggling with RJ, is the difficulty in being able to find the language for ambivalence, and being able to explore that rather than just going, right, this isn't working, I'm off, and actually, if you think, if you apply that same mentality to your recovery, you're not going to get very far, right? It's because it's nothing in this life worth having, generally, is easy or quick.
No, an RJ recovery is neither easy nor quick. Well, it's relatively quick if you really work it. It can be relatively quick. It can be 6 months. It can be a year, which is quick, really. But I think people do have the illusion. We talked about this in other videos. Have the illusion of an instant cure.
Right, exactly.
So coming back to, because I want to bring this right back around to Coda and the fellowship and what that can offer. But just another area where. And I've talked about this in another video. I'm not sure whether it's on YouTube or it's one of the Patreon videos, where we talk about narcissism and codependency. And one of the points that I made was that if you think that your partner should have had no romantic interest in anyone else but you ever, that's kind of pretty codependent. Because it's like, I want you to just exist for me, my needs, and have no past. It's it's a very self-absorbed, demanding. There's something about that, isn't there? Which I think fits with codependency.
Right.
But going back to Coda, so we one of the things that we always suggest to people is not just to turn up to any sort of 12-step meeting without any kind of research or preparation, because they can be quite off-putting. So that's one of the reasons why I recorded the video about how to use 12-step traditions, because the meetings are fantastic, but they're kind of quite weird in a way. They've got certain traditions and certain ways of doing things. If you walk in, you might think you're joining the Happy Clappy Club. So do watch that video. But one of the things I think about Coda, which interests me, is it's actually quite broad. I think my sense is Coda covers more than codependency. I would say Coda is almost like kind of relationships anonymous.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
Anything to do with interpersonal relationships, whether that's romantic and intimate or broad, friendships, family members. So if you've got any kind of relationship pattern which is unhealthy and which is causing you distress, then I think Coda is broad enough to kind of cover that.
Absolutely, yes, definitely. Is there anything we could go back to all that I said earlier, Markie, that wasn't maybe quite clear?
No, I think it was all really good.
Right, okay.
As me saying, I think it was really good. Self-belief.
Yeah, exactly. Practice what we preach.
So Coda, there's a lot of coders. Sometimes they're a bit like buses. Some places there's loads of coda meetings. Some places are very thin and far between. But Google them.
Yeah, Google the one for your area, for your local.
And if you live in a big city, there'll probably be a coda meeting.
Yeah.
So when we were in the UK, there were a fair few.
Oh yeah, there was
so
tons.
UK,
Even in
I think it was Taunton, Exeter, Plymouth. And London, there'd be quite a few. You have a choice. The good thing about if you're in a big place, because what Gwendoline was saying earlier about, some meetings are better than others.
Yeah.
Some meetings got a lot of newcomers in there, and they're just and they're quite wobbly, and they're not really able to offer you much sort of in a way of helpful experience. You can go to another meeting.
Yes, exactly. Just pick and choose until you find the right kind of thing for you. The right kind of community, if you will. But I'm thinking more specifically, Markie, about anything specific that Coda and RJ, getting just anything specific that we haven't covered about the relationship between the two.
Well, one of the big things about all the 12-step groups is they're all about surrendering to a higher power.
Right.
They're all about powerlessness. And that's what people with RJ experience. They feel powerless.
Very much so.
But they're all about you can draw on something that will help you, something bigger. And I think, RJ... And I think there's an awful lot to be gained from drawing on something bigger, because really with RJ you kind of disappeared up your own backside.
Very much so.
Too hard.
I mean, no, I think that's right. I don't, is it okay to interrupt just for a second, please, Markie? Because you reminded me of something here, and I think that's it really. And I think this is one of the great values of a 12-step group. And actually, Markie's in the process of writing, the book that will be the kind of final, the final destination for
definitive
anyone.
cure.
Yeah, exactly, the definitive cure. One of the things I've argued for, I don't know if Markie's going to take this up and write about this, but I've actually gone as far as to say that even if you can't find a Coda group, and let's say that you don't feel you have any other addictions, or you're not an alcoholic, you don't struggle with a chemical addiction of any kind, I would say just go to any 12-step group. That's how powerful I think a good group can be, that you almost don't have to even struggle with alcoholism to benefit from that community and the recovery that you will hear within it if it's a strong, solid meeting. And the other thing, just picking on what Markie said about disappearing up your own backside, I think that's true. And this is again something I feel, my two pence worth or 2 cents worth of into the book is something around, because this isn't always apparent, I don't think, to people when they're in such pain. But actually, it's almost like having, a splinter, or like having something in your eye, RJ.
Yeah.
It's like that's all you can think about,
yeah.
To the exclusion of all the other things in your life, all the good stuff, all the other relationships, all the things that you could be grateful for, all of that is lost. It's like, oh my God, I'm just down this rabbit hole and I cannot escape. And I think unwittingly that can create patterns where not only does your life become quite small and limited, and maybe as a way of coping, I know I've heard this from some clients, is like the social circle shrinks because like, oh, I don't want to go out because I might see so and so who reminds me of so and so, and then I might see that will remind me of the ex, and that it's like, oh my gosh, and there's been some research, I read this recently, that avoidance of when there's a lot of anxiety, like with any anxiety condition, avoidance is often oft used, kind of solution, a kind of a quick fix, and it temporarily seems to do the trick, but of course it doesn't resolve anything. So be wary of that, guys.
Yeah. But we get anxious about certain things, but if we do them enough, we're no longer anxious.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens is we get an anxiety about something. So it might be a phobia or something like that.
Yeah.
Or an anxiety about meetings, something like that. So if we just keep going to meetings anyway, that anxiety would eventually burn itself out.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And if you avoid meetings, or more common, if you go to meetings, but you use some strategy to get rid of the anxiety, then you never address the anxiety.
Exactly.
So the kind of comfort behaviours, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's something to keep. So basically, what you want to avoid is getting to the point with you, RJ, that you become. I want to swear. Do you swear on your channel?
Yeah, I swear like a trooper.
You don't want to become a wanker, basically, guys, do you, right? Someone who's just completely self-absorbed in your own pain, in your own world. You've lost sight of even the relationship that you claim to hold so dear and want to, strengthen and avoid losing. Actually, that's the worst end of the spectrum. And sadly, that's what can happen without recovery and without using resources such as and like we've said before, this you can get the sense even from this conversation that these are not quick fixes, right? And I think that's something I feel we cannot say enough, really, because I do think there is this culture in general for many of us where we think everything should be quick, we should just get over stuff, we want it to be like Starbucks or McDonald's. It's like we want to get in and don't even want to talk to a human anymore, we just want to press the buttons and get our meal. It's crazy, it doesn't work like that. Human behavior, we've learned this stuff over years, decades, maybe our whole lives, and sometimes I feel the roots of these things go way back. So please don't expect things to just turn around in 2 seconds. It's not that you're faulty or that you're doing it wrong, it's because you haven't given yourself enough time. It's one of the things I love about my modality. There's no expectation of a quick fix, and I think the people who come to me quickly realize, and that will either make them run or make them stay and feel relieved, and they'll realize very quickly that it's not there's no quick solution, right?
No.
Because we don't change very quickly as human beings. Real change, significant change takes time, okay?
And one of the things that goes with Coda and all the 12-step groups is a personal program of change.
Yeah.
Which is it's a long one as well, isn't it? The 12 steps isn't something you do.
Yes, that's
you don't do the 12 steps in 12 days.
No,
not necessarily in 12 months.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. I've heard people trying to do that.
And that's a profound program for personal change, deep personal change.
Yeah.
It's not about quick fixes.
And it's a lifetime program.
It's
really
about popping up the bonnet or the hood of your car and kind of refitting your engine. It's not about kind of polishing your bonnet.
Yeah, right.
And that's not a euphemism. But I think, just to reiterate again, I think that spiritual thing that so one of the big tenets of 12 step is that we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And it's a lot about handing things over. It's a lot about letting go of worry, letting go of rumination, letting go of control, essentially. Really what it's about, control.
Yeah, absolutely.
And RJ is about kind of trying to, the illusion that you can kind of control things.
Control another person.
Yeah, and you can't. It's about letting it go. And it's about kind of getting help to do that. It's about not having to do that on your own. It's about having some help to let go.
Having the humility, actually, to say, I can't do this on my own. I think that's a massive part of it, actually. And in a way, that can be, hugely transformative. If we can get to a stage in any difficulty in our lives where we say, you know what, I can't do this by myself, I need some help. Actually, you're already halfway there. If you genuinely can say that.
That's step one.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, but even if you don't, you don't want to hold to the steps, I think absolutely that is something that is good to keep in mind.
So have we been too harsh and tough?
No, I hope not. I hope you guys. I hope you guys listening can take from it what really resonates for you, and feel free to let go of the rest. And I hope it hasn't felt too harsh. And if it hasn't, I'm really sorry. But at the same time, maybe there's something in that marketing season that could be of value. Sometimes we do need to hear things that we don't want to hear. And
I'm getting harsher in my talk around RJ. And this doesn't mean if you come to us for therapy we're going to abuse you and beat you up. We're very empathic and we really feel for people with RJ.
And that's partly why we don't bullshit and piss about and say, we can fix you. I mean, I've heard someone recently offering some program saying I'll cure you. I mean, that's really So we won't, we don't do the nonsense side. Okay, this is the real deal. So I think that's important.
I think I've just seen so many people that could have recovered from this moment, that are stuck in one way or another, and it's like, I suppose I want to kind of give them a shake, really. Not for my own personal gain, but because it's a horrible thing. I don't want you to be suffering with this. We both want you to get well.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're gonna have to work like hell to get well from RJ. It's not easy. You've really got to get out there and work.
Yeah. So if you and those are those are the people that we love to work with, because we can actually do something there. There is no point in having an illusion about things.
There's no point playing at it.
There's no point playing at it. And I think that would be actually disingenuous and unprofessional and unethical to say anyone with any amount of effort can do it. It doesn't work like that. You do need to apply yourself. You do need to really want it. You do need to be willing to put down whatever gain you're getting out of the being in that place of saying I've got this horrible thing and I'm so afflicted. If you're willing to kind of let that go, I don't want to use the word kind of victimy, but you get what I'm saying here. If you're willing to kind of release that really and truly, then definitely please do get in touch with us, and we would love to help you. Okay, guys.
So we're gonna have to leave there because of time, unfortunately, because we'll probably say a whole lot more, but there'll be more videos. And put your comments or questions in the comments box below.
Look forward to hearing those and reading those. Thank you, guys.
You want to say the Rangimarie today?
Oh, okay, Rangimarie. Bye bye.